Hello and welcome everyone to a brand new competitive year, a new season of Grandmasters, and most importantly, a new competitive format. Making its debut in week 2 of our first season of Hearthstone Grandmasters this year will be the brand new format called Trio, and fortunately for you, your boy Sottle is here to talk you through exactly how it works. Trio starts with all players in the tournament being offered the same groups of 3 different classes. For example, Druid, Paladin, and Mage. There can be any number of these groups, but crucially, all players receive the same options. Players then select one group of classes blindly, without knowing what anyone else in the tournament has selected, but crucially knowing that all players have selected from the same options they did. Importantly, these class buckets do not contain any cards that you must play, or even a suggestion of an archetype. Each player has complete freedom to build whatever they like within the classes they have chosen. Once all players have chosen and submitted their lineup, then the actual match format is just good old-fashioned best of 5 conquest, only in this case with no ban, because each player only has a 3-deck lineup. For those of you unfamiliar with conquest, that just means that each player is free to queue any deck they like for the duration of the series, but after each deck wins, it is then no longer eligible for selection. The first player to win with all 3 of their decks is declared victorious and wins the series. So what's the big idea here? Well, we like Conquest as a format. It generally works, it creates interesting strategies and risk-reward calculations which are generally pretty fun to watch. However, there is a risk that, particularly deep into a certain metagame, you create an amount of homogeneity and repetition as these alleged optimal order strategies evolve and players start to follow those strategies. With Trio, you have a lot more agency to force players out of their comfort zone. For example, if a particular class is underrepresented, let's say Warlock, you can force every player to play Warlock by just including Warlock in every single one of the class groupings that are available. Conversely, if a class is overrepresented, let's just say, I don't know, Priest, for example, you could force every player in the tournament not to play Priest by not including Priest in any of the class groupings that are available. You could even do things like pair classically aggro classes alongside classically control classes, which would force players to demonstrate a range of skills. There really are myriad options that you can present to players to make them think outside of the box. And then the layers really start to appear. If you notice that every available set of classes has a Warlock in it, do you build a full anti-Warlock strategy? Safe in the knowledge that every opponent you face is 100% guaranteed to have Warlock in their lineup, and you can just beat up on that Warlock and prevent it from getting its required conquest win. Do you make your own Warlock something annoying and off-meta to prevent your opponents from being able to do the same thing to you? But there will be plenty of time for deeper strategy breakdowns during our debut broadcast, which you should absolutely watch, by the way, youtube.com/Hearthstone Esports. In short, Trio format allows a tournament organizer to present a unique, tricky, crunchy puzzle to players to try and solve for each individual tournament or each week of play that they have to face, really putting their game knowledge and their deck building to the test. So that is all you need to know. What is your first impression of the Trio format? What groupings do you think the Hearthstone Esports team are going to throw at our players for our trial week in Grandmasters? Will this format last longer than Specialist? Give me the answer to all those questions, and any questions you might have, put them down below in the comment section, and make sure to hit the subscribe button on the Hearthstone Esports YouTube so that you do not miss a single event in what is sure to be an absolutely packed year of Hearthstone Esports content. Thanks everyone, and take care.